First of all, appreciate all the get well wishes. Getting stronger every day. Really tired though, because I don't really get a good night's sleep given the situation. I do have a new arm brace though. I feel like if I painted it Warhammer style, it could look like a pretty sweet piece of armor. A few months ago, I got a lot of requests to review this movie. A few hours ago, it got an English dubbed official American release, so there's that. Let's talk about it. So Ne ZHA 2 is the sequel to the 2019 film Ne ZHA. It's a Chinese animated action film that, as far as I understand, is based off of Chinese lore and mythology. And essentially our favorite little demon orb has his town being held hostage, so he has a week to get the task done. There's a lot that happens in this movie, keeping the task pretty vague, but it does involve training, hopeful ascension, and yeah, some pretty sweet CGI action sequences. Now right off the bat, do you have to watch Ne ZHA 1 to understand 2? Because 2 is really, that's the phenomenon we've all heard about. But even then, it really does show the difference between Chinese markets and other, at the very least American. This film is grossed, and I'll use the metric system for international purposes. It's grossed a metric fuck ton of cash. 1% of that is from America. It's largely the Chinese audience. It really does show why Disney is like, yeah, which ass do we have to kiss to get our stuff released there? But to answer the question, Ne ZHA 2 does give you the breakdown, the general consensus of what happened before, but it absolutely helps to watch Ne ZHA 1 before 2, which you can rent on Amazon for like $3. And that version is English dub, or at least the one I clicked on anyway. I expected it to be subtitled, it wasn't. And the thing I dug about Ne ZHA 2 as well as 1, it's just the characters that we're rooting for here. You have this complex protagonist who's painted as a villain in the eyes of people, but you know he's gonna step up, do the right thing, be the hero the people need. But it's not just him. You have characters in here where you're like, villain. And by villain, I mean really complex anti-hero. It's one of the best characters in the movie. It definitely does flip the lines of who's the hero, who's the villain, who you're rooting for and why, as well as the theme of fighting the power to seize your own destiny, be your own man. I think that's great that China can ironically pitch a story like that. This movie does have some juvenile-ass jokes. The first film did as well. A lot of pee and fart jokes in here. It's like, okay. I've heard this film does not get the characters accurate. Butchers the characters, I believe is the phrase I heard. I know nothing about that. 1%, like I said, also Chinese mythology. Missed that course in school. We did have Dare, though. But the point, the scene stealer, the showstopper, the animation, and the action sequences. Man, the animation in Ne ZHA 2 should make Hollywood sweat. I've just seen CGI take such a hit in cinema lately, not look as good as it did 15 years ago. These animated films don't look complete, they look pre-rendered, almost like someone was like, well, we're not gonna pay the animators the full wage, but we are gonna work them to death. Let's pass off an incomplete movie as stylistically designed to be that way. I don't know, I'm not in the room, I'm just saying that's how it feels. Hollywood CGI animated movies should try to look more like Ne ZHA 2. It's incredible. The action sequences, the cinematography is a feast for the eyes. The colors pop, it's appealing. Maybe it's this appealing because it's this rare here. But you can't deny it looks damn good, and the hits have impact. A thing that does glaringly stand out, and here is ironically a thing that was done for the American market, and that's Michelle Yeoh lending her voice in the film. She plays the voice of Ne ZHA's mother, who is noticeably different from the English dubbed voice from the first movie. There are other voices in 2 that are different from 1, some in 2 that are the same as 1, but I found it largely really difficult to tell the differences in the voices between 1 and 2, because I feel like in 2, if they're a different voice actor, they're trying to capture the voice from the first movie, the English dub version anyway. But Michelle Yeoh sounds so different. She just sounded and felt like a different character to me. This feels like the easiest paycheck Michelle Yeoh's ever gotten. But you put her name on the poster and the trailers, and American audiences are like, hey, let's bring that 1% revenue up to 2% possibly. But in the end, Ne ZHA 2 is a great time. It might be Ne ZHA 1 and 2 are a great time back to back, because it's pretty much how I watched them. I watched 1 the day before 2. The characters are fun. The animation's top-notch. The action sequences are absolutely mind-blowing. 2 is about a half an hour or so longer than 1, and you do feel that. Because Ne ZHA 1 is simpler in its premise, and in that simplicity, it makes the movie feel tighter. Also leads to a movie being a half an hour shorter. Ne ZHA 2, there is a lot going on in the movie. Makes the movie feel like it ends a couple times. Gotta admit, I felt the runtime, though I don't feel like there was wasted time. It all led to something. It's an epic. There's no good time to pee. That's what I'm trying to say. You can never actually take a bathroom break, which I had to do. You're either gonna miss important exposition or a badass fight. Pick your poison if you gotta go. But I gotta admit, I really enjoyed 1 and 2. looking forward to 3, because Ne Zha 2 is worth watching and worth buying on Blu-ray. All right, so Ne Zha 2. Is this the part where I hear I've been mispronouncing the name the entire time? Stop. But have you seen it? What did you think about it? Whatever you thought, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more. Actually, since I can't do the punch without a lot of pain, here it is. I'll do this. And then speed it up. That should work.